Man, like, what are we going to do for a series after this, all things considered? Because it's like we went from Mad Lax, which was just taking cold medicine for a month, to this, which is taking nighttime cold medicine for a month.
Well, my entire box set of Fist of the North Star did come in yesterday.
Ooh. Fist of the North Star, the series we will literally never finish, and not just because the episodes will never run out.
Can you ever really finish Fist of the North Star? It just kind
Honestly,
of.
I could just review a GIF of at least one scene per episode for like 22 minutes. God, look at that. That's barely anything.
She was crying beforehand.
You're the one who kissed me in a public library.
I thought I might have unrequited feelings for the girl that asked me out on 2 dates.
In a row.
So it's both to the series at large. Like this is speaking more to the manga, but you get shades of it here too. But like
Mhm.
it's both to the series like benefit and detriment that it does actually a really good job of fleshing out its side cast and not just making them side shows to the main attraction and giving them a lot
Mhm.
of time to really come into their own. It helps the cast feel more real, but at the same time it devastates the series' pacing
Mm,
because
because I mean, like literally everyone pretty much has a subplot. Like, if they like have a name, they pretty much had a subplot, and like subplots that are worthy of like bringing the main plot to a screeching halt at regular intervals.
of all the problems that this series has, I would say the biggest one is its pacing, and that's I feel like that's kind of like a pretty incontroversial stance.
Hmm.
I had the luxury of reading this, years after it was completed, so I could just down it start to finish. I cannot imagine what kind of a hellish nightmare it would have been to read this on like monthly or whatever release schedule it was on.
Especially since I think it wasn't until like three volumes that we even had any indication of what Fumi and Akira's relationship's direction was even gonna go. So like if you were in it just for the two cute girls on the cover, then oh, you were screwed. Obviously, it's one of the show's greatest strengths, but come on, we're Yuri fans. Are we ever here for a story?
It's like, what do they think we are? People with, reasonable expectations from our media? We're just here to see the schoolgirls blush at each other for like 18 hours.
All right, another important context that you got to know about this is that in the early to mid noughts, this was member of what we called the Holy Trinity of three manga that really kind of were the big breakouts in Yuri and kind of don't want to say brought it in mainstream, but did kind of give it a little bit more traction when it was really just kind of more shot and go for a long time. And it was this series, Sameki Kodo, which we're going to review, but not next because then, as I said, we might literally have a heart failure, and Girlfriends, which didn't have an anime adaptation. All three of them kind of fit a similar formula, and we're probably going to inevitably bring them up here and there. But I think this is kind of the one that's considered the objective best of the pack. Admittedly, it's not quite my cup of tea, but even I can admire it from the storytelling perspective, and that kind of keeps its traction the best, I would say.
Yeah, as someone who likes Sasaki Koto a whole lot, um, taken as a complete package, Aoi Hana is better.
Mm.
Sasaki, like, while Aoi Hana's pacing is is fucked in some really weird ways. Sasameki Koto's is unforgivable.
Mm.
Though Sasameki Koto does have one of my favorite characters ever in it, so I'm also a little bit biased there. But like, it's of all of
So
them, like Girlfriends is the most different, and probably as a result ended up being the most forgettable.
mm, it was kind of like both the most different and in a weird way also the most formulaic.
It was the most formulaic within the author's formula.
Mm.
Because you've read one Morgana Milk, you've read them all.
She's slowly starting to get her legs, but yeah. Also, like, if you don't like makeup, then yeah, you're fucked, because it is just pretty much a
The blonde one
catalog.
likes fashion.
Like, I hope that woman was getting paid for all the stuff she plugged. Does anyone have a computer in this town?
Why do I have to carry around all these tiny books?
Like, you're the teacher. Like,
Why
were
don't you
they
know what's
teaching the
going
class
on?
themselves? Man, this guy's getting curb stomped. Admittedly, he acts like it looks like a flat piece of toast, but
Yeah. That very important shoe shot.
mm.
Ikuhara probably pushed for that. It's like, alright, I'll do the opening, but you gotta help me out. Your handwriting was so small and the book was so tiny for some reason.
Like, I just can't help but believe that this is a world where the internet doesn't exist. Everybody's so peaceful and calm and actually making friends, and
Yeah. Why does that girl who goes to the same school as Sugimoto know her?
Man, Akira, you were just really not getting the message.
from anybody.
Like, it gets to the point where you almost wonder if she just belongs in a different show.
A little bit.
I too have fallen asleep on the table. Yank. Oh.
So
Wow, girls.
Ikumi's just over there giving her hardcore fuck eyes, and she's like, "I didn't know girls could like girls."
Wow. 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 They're okay. Hmm. I probably should have said that, though. I think that might be what
Yeah,
she needed to hear.
I should have just sat there in stunned silence, holding her hair. But like this is where like the series kind of I feel is absolute strong. Is where it's like throughout this, it's the series is about Fumi and her relationship with Sugimoto, and for Akira's part, it's her. She's trying to figure out how to be a good and supportive friend to Fumi.
And that is a good story, and a necessary one. Yes! My answer is yes! And the answer to if here on the desk, then yes as well. Well, you'd make it gross, but
They'll cheer you on from the sidelines. Spunky young ladies.
well, Fumi, now I have to kill you.
That was never part of the deal. I never noticed that the first time around, but she says coming out in English. She's like halfway into tripping, walking forward. Like,
Hi, Les.
is
I
that what
was
I
trying
call
to
you
be
now?
helpful.
Hey, everybody! I'm friends with a lesbian.
Yay!
There was like you and everyone else. I feel like his hair is progressively getting bigger.
I don't need another pump so soon.
You're not allowed to eat cake at school?
What kind of friggin' school you go to?
Bring some cake from home, the person just slaps it out of your hand.
We don't like that kind here.
Do I like high five you? Like,
Or do I help you get porn?
do I high five you with the porn?
I'll just lesbian. Normal act. Not normal around you. The lesbian. Who's normal?
She'll have the fish. I'll order for her. Please definitely come. Well, not really yours. You're just kind of a weird hanger on from a different school. But everyone else's.
Man, and also just how understandably messed up all the relationships in this show is.
Yeah.
Like, she's stringing on the weird ambiguous disorder lesbian just because she has a crush on her teacher. It kind of sucks. Man, look at that catch, though. My god, he's so bland. He's like if the harem anime protagonist grew up and had a job.
Pretty much. Of course, he'd work at an all-girl school.
Mm-hmm. Symbolism.
Like 90% of Heathcliff's dialogue could just be summarized in "I'll cut you."
And I'll cut you because you're a skank.
Wearing my drawing pants.
I feel like nothing bad will happen here.
It's a really lame story.
Mm. Well, I mean, there's like only as exciting a story as you can make as the master of the library.
That's why they.
Yeah, it's kind of. But we just got here. Because the implications would be pretty terrible no matter how she answers.
Yeah. I don't know what that last line's supposed to mean.
Especially since it should have been, I get older, they stay the same age.
Pretty much. So, how's... I know we've made some jokes about this being a rather soothing, let's say, series, but so far, how are you liking it?
I actually don't mind it at all. I think I'm definitely leaning more toward like. I mean, not just because it's finally getting me caught up on my sleep, but I mean, the characters are nice, the pacing's nice. It's a very pretty series. Like, even with the cotton ball filter, there's clearly a lot of work done in the animation, so everything is nice and smooth. They have a very distinct aesthetic that they're going for, so it's a pretty watch. I feel for all of the characters, and even though it is slow as molasses, it's at least going at an even clip. I don't ever kind of just feel like looking at the bottom barns like, when is this gonna end? When is this going to end? So I like it.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
it's just a case of like it's a good adaptation of sound source material.
Mm-hmm.